Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. It is almost the end of the day today, and today started off gloomy and cold, and it ended up with a rainbow. So join me for a typical Thursday here in the Bonsai Zone. Once again, it's that time where I've got to bring my tropical trees back inside. Tonight is the last warm night, if you call it warm. It goes to 6 degrees Celsius, and then tomorrow night it goes down to 1 degree Celsius, and then for the whole week after that it varies between 3 and 4 degrees. I think one night is maybe 5. So really a cool week coming up at nighttime. So I'm going to bring all my tropical trees back into the basement for at least a week, and hopefully they can come back outside again. All the tropical trees that I have in the outdoor greenhouse here, I'm going to keep those out there. I'll heat it at night and they should be fine. I was getting the basement ready for the plants. I hung my LED lights up. Let's go in and have a look at it. All right, here we are in the basement. So I've got the 2 LED lights hung up there. I'm going to wash the windows up here. Once the plants get in on the table, it'll be hard to reach them, so I'll give those a good clean, and that'll let a lot of natural light in. My wife put up a shelf on the back wall to store all the things we keep in the basement. A chainsaw, all kinds of junk. So that'll clear off this area because I'll probably have to fill these tables with trees also. So I still got a lot of cleanup to do down here, but made a good start anyway. So yeah, I'll get these windows cleaned and then I can bring the plants inside. I'll have to clean up the windows on the outside here too, making sure they're clean because it makes an amazing difference, clean windows, how much light you get into the room. I cleaned up all the debris around the construction site here, loaded it into the truck and went to the dump. I brought a full load to the dump, and of course I picked up wood chips for the return trip. Here's my load of wood chips. You really maxed the truck out here. Not weight-wise, but certainly volume-wise. I've got the basement windows all washed. They're not perfectly clean, but they sure let a lot more light in than they used to. I think that's the first time I've cleaned them in probably 15 years. So, yeah, it makes quite a difference. I can see the outside now. They were so bad before. I cleaned the wall down, just got much stuff off it as I could. The bench is clean. So I am ready to bring the trees inside. So here I go. I'm making good progress on bringing the trees down into the basement, but it's taking me a lot longer than normal, and I'll show you why. If you remember in a video not long ago, I said all the pine needles were almost raining down from this tree. And rain down they did. I'll show you what happened. So here, you can look down at the ground here, and it's just littered with pine needles everywhere. And it goes all over the trees. So here's my avatar grove, and you can see all the pine needles that have fallen everywhere. And some of them were really bad. Some were just covered in pine needles, and I had to pick them all out before I bring the trees inside. My dwarf Schefflera is getting its new leaves in, and it's getting really close to the time where I'm going to take a nice picture of it. So that'll be coming up on a separate video, and I'll try and get the perfect lighting, the perfect background, the perfect shot. So we'll see how it goes. It's almost the end of the day. It looks like there's a big rainstorm coming in. You can see the glow of the plants in the basement. And I have one more tropical tree to bring in, so let's go get that. The last tree I need to bring in is my guava from seed in my very first bonsai pot I made in the year 2000. Wow. So in it goes. Oh, it's starting to get dark outside. Well, here we are in the plant room. It's looking like a jungle in here. So there goes the guava tree. I'll set it down right there. Yeah, so the benches are pretty full. but I did manage to squeeze them all in. Not all of them are under the lights. I've got a lot of my citrus trees over here. Ponytail palm over here. More citrus. Yeah, so ideally I need more lights up here. But I'm hoping to get the plant room finished. I'll be working on it tomorrow. Earlier today we had our orchard team. It was just Kim and I today. And I'll show you what we did with that. I'm at the community orchard, First Nations garden, community garden and edible forest. And I worked over at the local painting tree trunks, and Kim worked away in the orchard here. Let's go see what she did. I'm out at the First Nations garden here, looking at the cedars, and Neil had started to wrap them to protect them from rabbits last week, and he got a lot of them done, and Kim finished off today. So you can see, here's one. It's all wrapped up nice and tight, and then we'll put a burlap bag over top of it, and that should protect it from windburn. So yeah, it's all protected from rabbits chewing at the trunk and the lower branches. That's a beautiful evening out here. You can really see the trees in the orchard now. Wow, it's such a beautiful evening out here. Let's head over to our plot where we have all our trees in the garden. So we're just growing these trees for the edible forest. Many of them were started from seeds. So we had leftover asparagus and potatoes and ground cherries from last year at the local. So we put them in the ground here to overwinter them. And for some reason they stayed here. So Kim dug up all the potatoes, and I'm going to make a meal for all the volunteers that help in the orchard. And we'll have a feast, and I'll bring it out here next week and we can eat it. What a dramatic sky, and there's a rainbow. Wow, a really faint one, but it's there. Yeah, that's a beautiful sky tonight. Ah, so beautiful. The Japanese plum cherries here were grown from seed 2 years ago, and I think after one more season they'll be ready to be planted out in the orchard. So that's really encouraging. Many of the garden beds out here have been put away for the winter. Everything's been taken out, so you'll see a lot of kind of empty plots. That was a good season of growing, as long as you watered. It was a hot, dry summer. This is my wife's plot here, and she has a lot of perennials planted. All kinds of raspberry bushes, goldenrod for the bees. I'm not sure what this is. Could be mint, maybe. Let me try a leaf. No, it's, what is it, basil? No, not basil. I know that smell. Oregano. I think it's oregano. Yeah, pretty sure it is. All kinds of cool stuff in our garden plot. And all perennials, so it comes up every year. You can see how well protected our fruit trees are. We've got our ring of gravel at the base. We've painted the trunks white and then applied the collars on them to stop rabbits chewing on the trunks. And later on, once the leaves are dropped, we'll apply the dormant oil, and we'll probably just paint it on by hand. Might take a couple of weeks to do all the trees, but that's the plan. We don't have a sprayer yet. That will be something we'll need when the trees start getting a little bigger. So some of the trees at the local, we did get some fruit off them this year, and they were really good. So yeah, it doesn't take too long. It just takes 2 or 3 years, and you start to get some fruit. You have to be careful to thin the trees, but yeah, it'll be exciting. I can just picture this place in 5 years. It's going to be awesome. I'll head now to the local and I'll show you what I was doing this morning. A beautiful rainbow did come out. Just an amazing one. Wow. I'm at the local here now, and the rainbow continues to shine. Just looks beautiful. Here's some of the trees that I painted today with the white latex. So I haven't put the wraps on them yet. There's not much risk of rabbits here because it's right by the road. But you can see some of these are getting fairly big. Another one there. So we've got to put some more mulch around them, get some wood chips and put it around the base of the trees. Yeah, so there's 7 trees here at the local that we take care of also. I wish the end of the rainbow was over at my place. That's fantastic. It's time to get on the old bike and head home. The end of a day. Hi, Bunny. How you doing? Hello, Bunny. There's a bunny in the pathway. Hello, Bunny. And what are you eating today? What you eating today? Hey? I had all the tropical trees outside on the benches today, taking advantage of the warm weather in the afternoon and the sunshine. And now they're all safely tucked away back in the greenhouse with the heater running, and they'll be good for the cold week ahead. So the temperatures at night will be hovering around freezing. So that's why I've got everything away for this upcoming week. That's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me for a day here in the Bonsai Zone.